Joining us now, former Chief of Staff for Immigration and Customs Enforcement and former Deputy Chief of Staff to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Jason Hauser. Jason, it's really good to have you on this. Thanks for being here with us. We got a glimpse of the way that the judges are going to consider the DOJ's argument, and we were just starting to get a glimpse of the way they were going to consider the ACLU's argument here. Do you have a sense, after watching the majority of these proceedings, where this might go?
No, I don't have any sort of like keen insight into where the sort of legal sort of recourse would fall out, or sort of the court's decision. I mean, clearly, if the court was to come out and say that these individuals need to be returned to the United States, if this was happened, unconstitutionally, the operational difficulties to sort of carry that out are pretty extreme. But let's also say that the court says that this is a legal movement to move these Venezuelans to an El Salvadorian, max detention facility. The sort of implications of that for both sort of legal residents, Constitution, and sort of immigration enforcement as a whole, it will foundationally shift.
The administration's trying to use this Wartime Act, again, normally used during war, to claim that these folks on these planes were a national security threat. They were terrorists. But we've heard from a number of lawyers who have said that their clients were not a part of this gang, and they haven't been able to reach them in a lot of cases. I mean, they weren't sent back to Venezuela. They were sent to an entirely different country and straight to a prison there. If ICE really was worried about these folks, would there be a way to hold them in detention while the judge considers the merits of this case, or while some lawyers come out and say, hey, let me give you the evidence against your decision about who these people are?
Yeah, those are all valid questions, and I can sort of dismantle the ideas that this is foundationally built on pretty quickly. One, our law enforcement and intelligence community has the ability to identify individuals that have gang-related ties and are connected to gang activity. We can do that. And quite frankly, it's very easy if that was fully accurate and we had sound information on that. Federal law enforcement, ICE, DHS, and the administration could share that very quickly and prove that point. Two, identifying this is very time intense. Identifying sort of gang connections from migrants does take a lot of time, attention, and focus. And clearly, the administration wasn't focused on that. We're hearing that throughout the court case. But clearly, this is a messaging move by the administration to sort of show the punitiveness of the immigration system to deter migrants from coming to this country. ICE could have held these individuals in detention, not on and sort of reviewed and sort of investigated their status, whether it was based on, as they're claiming, the tattoos that they had on their body, those sort of things. As we've seen with both the individuals that have been sent to Gitmo or this jail, they could be here in ICE detention domestically. There's no sort of operational benefit to ICE enforcement that this sort of move to moving these individuals to El Salvador, except, quite frankly, driving the fear, the punitiveness, and cutting them off from any due process within the immigration system. I think you raise a really good point that people are forgetting. The President Trump was committed and promised that Venezuela would be taking back migrants. That has stopped initially over the first few weeks of the administration. They had one or two flights. From my understanding, those have stopped at this time. And again, this maneuver shows that a lot of these sort of policies and commitments the administration is not following through on.
All right, let's bring in former federal prosecutor for the Southern District of New York and Eastern District of New York, Barrett Berger. Barrett, let's get the legal end of this. Jason was so astute in giving us the immigration side of it. Again, he was the former chief of staff for Immigration and Customs Enforcement at DHS. Let me ask you, legally speaking, where you think this case is going. The ACLU is arguing now. A moment ago, we heard extended arguments from the DOJ about what they believe is Donald Trump's ultimate authority to do this, basically despite judicial review or in spite of judicial review. What is your sense of how this appellate court is going to fall?
So it does seem to me that the judges are really concerned about the process here, and specifically the fact that there didn't seem to be much, if any, due process that was followed during this entire proceedings. You had one judge saying that, even the Nazis gave better treatment, which was a pretty shocking thing to hear from the bench. I think the judges were particularly concerned with whether this, and you heard a lot of procedure about whether this was a habeas proceeding or whether it was not a habeas proceeding. They want to make sure that things are being done the correct way, regardless of whether the president has this ultimate authority or not. They want to make sure that every step has been followed in the proper way. It was done in the proper jurisdiction, and that there was due process. I'm not sure the judges were, tipping their hand too much as far as how they're ultimately going to come out here, but they did seem to have very harsh questions for the DOJ lawyers about how this case was handled.